Hello everyone. We all are aware that various heart disease are related to the structural and functional disorders. So one of them we are going to read today is cor pulmonale. Let's see. Cor means related to heart, pulmonale it is related to lungs. So both combiningly it's doing a segregation of cor pulmonale. It may be related to the lungs dysfunction or heart dysfunctions. If lung dysfunction is there, definitely it will lead to heart dysfunction and simultaneously vice versa. So cor pulmonale is related to both of these disorders and leading to vice versa disorders. We know that from the system, the blood comes from the vena cavas towards the right atrium, it goes towards the ventricles, towards the lungs, and the deoxygenated blood gets oxygenated and returned back from the pulmonary system to the pulmonary circulation towards the left side of the heart, which will have a low resistance that is 10 to 14 mm of Hg pressure, which will again return to the system, and that oxygenated blood is being circulated to the system. Now next, this circulated system towards the whole system, it will get an ample of oxygenated blood. But if in case the heart is not pumping out enough of blood, means there will be an heart dysfunction, or it can be said heart failure. That means patient is not getting the enough of blood supply because there is no systolic, can't blood be pumped enough, nor diastolic, that is filling is not enough. So if filling is not enough and pumping is not enough, body is not getting the enough of blood supply. So the blood is not able to eject enough of blood supply to the through the ventricles. So it is because it might be the right sided failure or left sided failure or both. In some patients it is both right sided and left sided failure, that is also called as biventricular. So cor pulmonale is the lung disorder which is developing the right sided heart failure, leading to heart dysfunction of right side, and it is leading to right sided heart failure. So it is ultimately the lung disorder which is carried. Hence we are aware that lung disorders is leading to what? It is harder to oxygenate the blood, and it will lead to hypoxia and low oxygens to the cells, and hypoxic vasoconstriction will occur. And we can say that pulmonary arterioles, these are couple of arterioles, I'll be getting lack of oxygen, and which are connected with the alveoli. These alveoli are ultimately supplying the oxygenated oxygens to the pulmonary arteries. So if they are one of the alveoli is getting affected, it is okay, but it will lead to vasoconstriction of the one part, that will divert the blood away, it will jerk or it will sparkle back the. So one of the vasoconstriction is okay, but all the oxygenation is being diminished in the pulmonary arteries. In that case, it will be totally increase in the resistance, as it will divert the blood away, and it will lead to pulmonary hypertension. As the pulmonary hypertension increases, the pressure will be 25 mm of Hg. Okay, so it will be hard for the right ventricles to eject the enough of blood. Okay, in acute lung disorder, like example pulmonary embolism, that means blood clots blocks the pulmonary arteries, so it will lead to rapid rise in the pressure. Already the right sided ventricles are thinner. In chronic lung disorders, there will be prolonged high pressure, so we can see that there is a concentric hypertrophy in the ventricles, so this will be expanded, so it will contract with more force, but there is less space, so therefore it will lead to diastolic failure. And if there is a diastolic failure, we know there is less filling, so oxygen supply to the cells is lesser, so there will be more demand and lesser supply of oxygen. So we can even see that it can lead to ischemic conditions, so myocardial ischemia may occur. Therefore it will have a weaker contraction and it will lead to systolic failure. Well, we are aware that Cor pulmonale is a result of pulmonary hypertension, which is because of the three disorders that are as follow, that is damage to the lung tissues, example like in COPD we can see. Then in damage to the pulmonary vessels, it is due to the chronic thromboembolisms or recurrent blood clots. And lastly, something that has affect the spine or rib cage, and this has kyphoscoliosis, and that has always they damage the diaphragmatic area also. Hence the lungs will not able to expand properly. So next distinction is that the left heart dysfunction and failure, but keep in mind it will lead to pulmonary hypertension but not core pulmonale as in right sided heart failure, as it is a distinction, as the initial problem is with the heart not with the lungs. Same as in primary right sided heart failure, again the myocardial muscles are getting affected, but it will not lead to again core pulmonale as it is affecting the heart, not the pulmonary system. As core pulmonale stem from the pulmonary hypertension, all the systems will be there with the symptoms like related to the backup of blood. Okay, so it will be because of severe shortness of breath, fatigue, fainting. All these will be the symptoms that will be visualizing. Next will be jugular venous distension will be seen as the related backup of blood is occurring. So we can see that the venous return will be there. Therefore, jugular venous distension, if it is returning back to the organ, so hepatomegaly and edema will be seen. That is peripheral edema or orbital edema can be symptomized. Okay, so these are clear symptoms in the core pulmonale. So the diagnostic evaluation can be echocardiogram, which can be evidence for the increased pressure over the right ventricular side by the pulmonary system, and then spirometry can be seen for to look for the chronic lung disease. And the gold standard diagnostic procedure is to measure the pulmonary pressure is right sided heart catheterization can be done. Well, therefore, the treatment can be we should have a standardization of the treatment that target lung disease is due to the lack of oxygen. So we have to supply the oxygen for hypoxic induced vasoconstrictions. So we will have a quick recapping of the disorder. As the core pulmonale is the disease of right sided heart failure, that is because of the hypertrophy of the right sided heart, which is because of the lung conditions which is leading to the pulmonary hypertension, and it is lastly leading to the core pulmonale. Its symptoms are fluid congestion, jugular venous distension, hepatomegaly, edema. Diagnostic evaluations can be echocardiogram, right sided heart catheterization, right heart catheterization, and treatment to treat the lung disorders that we can supply the oxygen to complete the demand and supply. Other things included in the medical management are like bronchodilators, injection theophylline can be given, calcium channel blockers, that is example is nifedipine, 10 to 20 mg TDS we can give, anticoagulants if any kind of embolism or clot formation is there, warfarin can be given 10 to 15 mg. So this can be the ultimate goal to treat the pulmonary embolism. Diuretics, in that loop diuretics you will give furosemide. Next, cardiac glycosides, in that digoxin can be given. Vasodilators to treat the pulmonary vascular constrictions, in that nifedipine or diltiazem. And in long term we are giving oxygen therapy, we had already seen. Activity planning we have to do, in that exercise and other activities which has to be controlled, because as exercise and exhaustion will be there will be more demand of oxygen, so we have to manage that. Dietary management with the low fat and low salt diets can be taken. Surgical management is required to reverse the heart defects as the cause of the heart conditions. In that every advanced cases we can do the heart and lung transplantation. Surgical venesection can be done in patients with the chronic hypoxia. Lungs or heart transplantation. Heart lung transplantation is a therapeutic option available in some cases. Those with underlying pulmonary fibrosis or neonatal lung diseases, but it may not be suitable if patient is already having the chronic obstructive pulmonary disorder, in that he might be addicted to the smoking or other pathological changes. In single lung transplantation, it is suitable option which can improve the tissue oxygenation and that can bring improvement in the pulmonary resistance which we had seen above. In embolectomy, that is a possible thing which we can remove the embolus from the acute part, from the particular part which has developed the acute core pulmonale. In nursing process, we have to undergo the nursing diagnosis, setting the priority in that ineffective gas exchange. So oxygenation supply, to manage the equilibrium in demand and supply is more important. Nursing diagnosis with the fluid volume excess related to the impaired cardiac function, because we know that the venous return is there and peripheral edema is been there. Chest discomfort we have to check related to the impaired cardiac functions. Then high risk of infection is there as the patient is secondary to the having the secondary condition or the disease is very dangerous. Potential problems of the complication related to the disease conditions, altered nutritional status and self-care deficit. So these are the very common one. So hope this is clear with you. That there we end about the core pulmonale. Thank you.